Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It is time for my Sip It or Skip It segment. Here's how it works. I have all my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel, pull it off the shelf, pour it, do a quick review, and let you guys know if I'm going to sip it until the bottle's gone and replace it, or if I'm going to sip it until the bottle's gone and move on to something else and not replace the bottle. I got my Glencairn this time. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we get today. All right, Laphroaig 10, the Peat Monster. A little bit of saltiness, a little bit of smoke. Let's go ahead and get this off the shelf, pour it, and let's get into the review. Laphroaig 10. Haven't had this one in a little while. I've been preoccupied with my other peated whiskeys, especially the Octomores. Actually loving those a lot. All right, so on the nose, obviously this is going to be a peated Scotch. All the information to the whiskey is right here. I'm immediately hit with medicinal notes, Band-Aids, iodine, some saltiness, some brine. And the peat smoke is not necessarily a barbecue smoke, like a charred meat or a charred barbecue sauce. It's more medicinal. And for somebody just getting into peated whiskeys, this is not something that you would start with unless you're a venturous type and you want to jump into it and see, hey, what is this whole smoky whiskey thing about? My journey with smoky whiskeys was strange. I started out with Highland Park, and that has a very subtle smoke and absolutely hated it. Then went to Caol Ila, Laphroaig, Bowmore, and then as I started to acclimate to the nuances of smoke and sweetness, I started to like them a lot. It's almost as if my palate was craving something different after having a bunch of Speysides and bourbons. Smoky whiskeys are very, very unique, very challenging. And as I'm nosing this, it's been in the glass, maybe 2-3 minutes. You either acclimate to it or the peat starts to disappear out of the glass and it's not as intense as it was when I first poured it. Let's go ahead and taste it. The viscosity of this, as it's running down the glass, it's building up on the sides and the legs are now just starting to drip down. The ABV is extremely pleasant, really nice. It has a little bit of a warmth, kind of spreads through the chest. The peat flavor fills up the mouth and you're hit with sweetness and smoke, both at the same time. It's a very interesting experience, especially after you start to get past the initial alcohol ABV burn and the initial peatiness. Those nuances really shine in this whiskey. Let's get that second sip down and see if it changes anything. That second sip brings out the richness, the meatiness of this single malt. The finish is nice and long. Again, the ABV on this is 43%, and it's reminiscent of a salty sea. Salty sea with some barbecue happening on a beach. As pleasant as that might sound, I can see some people going, what the hell is he talking about? There's no way that this actually tastes like that. Now, obviously, it doesn't taste exactly like that. You're trying to paint a picture in your head on trying to give notes. And if that resonates with some people, they might give it a try. Other people might think you're absolutely crazy and they're never gonna give smoky whiskeys a try. All right, before I get on to a sip it or skip it, I also want to let everybody know these segments are not about me telling you guys how to spend your money. It's about how I'm going to spend my money. Everybody's a little bit different in their places as far as a collection goes or their whiskey experience. Because I have a YouTube channel, my purchasing is a little bit different than the average drinker. So keep that in mind. And the segment is also about me sharing my collection with you in these quick reviews, just to let you guys know what I'm thinking, where I'm at, and hopefully at some point you're going to start to realize that our tastes align or our tastes do not align. And hopefully these segments that I'm doing, whether it's my Monday videos, the Sip It or Skip It videos, or my first Friday flight fights, will give you a little bit more of an indication of where we're at. And maybe you can trust my opinion, maybe you can't. Whatever the case may be, I think I have a decision on this one. And based on everything that I'm saying, I'm sure you guys can probably guess, this is a sip for me. Not only is this one a sip for me, but the majority of my smoky whiskeys will be. So if you're interested in finding out which ones will not be sippers for me, like, subscribe, share, comment down below, turn on that bell notification. And with all that being said, enjoy your journey. And until next time, We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.